Okay, so good morning all. So before we start, you comment whether it is audible or not, then we'll proceed, okay? So, am I audible to you? Is my voice clear? If it yes, then you please comment yes, it is audible, then we'll proceed with our class today. So how many people have joined? Yes. Okay. So before we start new chapter, first we'll discuss if you have doubts. First we'll discuss your doubts, then we'll proceed. Okay. So, do you have doubts in oxidation reduction chapter yesterday, the chapter on which I taught you? Do you have any doubts in that? If you have, you can comment. If you have doubts, you can comment. Any question of oxidation and reduction, do you have doubts? If you have, you can comment the question number in chat box. We can proceed. Today our chapter will be chemical equilibrium. How many people have solved the module, that exercise which you have given, which you have gotten? Please comment how many people have solved it. Okay, so now we'll start. Okay, now we'll start again. Good morning, all. So, do you have doubts in oxidation reduction chapter? Chikkapaiya have solved, sir. So, question of Vimla is asking question number 5 and 10. Okay, so first we'll solve a little bit of oxidation reduction chapter doubt. Then we'll move, right? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so question number 5 and 10. Question number 5 says that when potassium permanganate ion is added to acidulated solution of ferrous sulfate. So now, first you should know what is potassium permanganate. This is question number 5. Okay. This is module 3 KCT as well as NEET. Page number, we are at page number 49. Okay. So now question number 5. Potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4. Okay. Potassium permanganate is added. Potassium permanganate is added in a ferrous sulfate solution. So first you should know potassium permanganate is +1, +7, -2. Ferrous sulfate is in FeSO4, 2 plus 6 -2. Okay, now what happens is this KMnO4 acts as an oxidizing agent. KMnO4 is oxidizing agent because manganese is present in maximum oxidation number. Understand? So manganese is present in a maximum oxidation number. That's why its oxidation number will reduce, will decrease. So it will undergo reduction. Those substances itself undergoes reduction and oxidizes, others are known as oxidizing agents. So this is acting as an oxidizing agent, it means it is going to oxidize this. Now in this case sulfur is present in a maximum oxidation state. You cannot oxidize sulfur. So what you can oxidize is iron. So this iron is in +2, it will convert into Fe3+. So ferrous will get oxidized. Ferrous will get oxidized. This is question number 5. Then someone asked me question number 10 also. Question number 10. If H2S gas is passed through a solution of K2Cr2O7, the color of the solution will become green. What happens is O7 2- converts into CrO4 2-. Okay. This undergoes in acidic medium. This undergoes in basic medium. Okay. Now what happens is this is a become of green color and this is orange or yellow color. This is an equilibrium. If you add acidic solution, it will convert into that. If you add basic solution, it will convert back. Okay, this question number is 10. And after 10th, question number 8 also, right? Question number 8. The oxidation number of phosphorus. The oxidation number of phosphorus, question number 8 will do here. Of which one? Of BaH2PO2 whole twice, right? This is a compound they are asking me to find the oxidation number. So what we'll write? We'll write Ba plus 2 times of 2H plus P plus 2O equals to 0. This equation will write Ba, we know Ba is barium which is in +2 times 2 into +1 plus P. Whose oxidation number they are asking? They are asking for phosphorus. Plus 2 into -2 equals to 0. Okay. So this is +2. This is +2 into 2. So we'll get +4 plus 2P. And this is -4 into -8 equals to 0. So 2 plus 4, 6. 6 minus 8, -2. So 2P minus 2 equals to 0. P equals to +1. Okay. Then after question number 8, question number 17. 17. The equivalent weight of oxidant is the weight of the oxidant which combines with 1 mole of electron. This is by definition. This is by definition. Equivalent weight of, how do we write? We will write like equivalent weight equals to molecular weight by n factor. So it has to accommodate 1 mole of electron. What else? Any other doubt? Other than question number 17 till 17. How many questions we got? We got 40 questions. Any other doubt? Any other doubt? Other than question number 17? Question number 33. 1 mole of potassium dichromate completely oxidizes the following number of moles of ferrous sulfate. So this is the same reaction. Now we will do this side. Okay. This is question number 33. 33 question says that 1 mole of potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate is K2Cr2O7 plus completely oxidize the following number of ferrous sulfate. That is FeSO4. Okay. Understand? So now what I am going to do is I am going to write equation. This is an oxidizing agent. This is a reducing agent. Okay. So now this will convert into Cr3++. This will convert it into Fe3 plus. Okay. Then what will I write? I'll write gram. I don't have to balance it because I know the equivalence concept. Gram equivalent of K2Cr2O7 equals to gram equivalent of FeSO4. Now if you look at here, it is in plus 6, it is in plus 3, plus 6 to plus 3. Plus 6 to plus 3 for one chromium atom changes by 3, but there are 2. So changes by 6. And factor is 6. Plus 2 to plus 3 changes by 1. Iron is 1. So and factor is 1. What they are asking is 1 mole of potassium dichromate. So this equation could be written as moles into N factor of K2Cr2O7 equals to moles into N factor of FeSO4. This mole they have given 1 mole. N factor I calculated 6 equals to moles I want to find out. N factor there is 1. So number of moles of FeSO4 is 6. After 33, question number 20. Question number 20. The color of Fe2SO4. This is also 20 question. Okay. What else? Fast. What else? Any other question, doubt? 20 is same as 10 question. Okay. Question number 20 same as 10 question. Any other doubt, beta? Do you have any other doubt? If you have doubts, you comment fast. And last question 35. Okay. What is the oxidation number of iron in FeH2O? 5NO. Okay. This question will solve in coordination compound. Not yet. Okay. We'll solve question number 35 in coordination compound because I need to teach some concepts. Okay. So question number 35 will solve in a later classes. Any other doubt? Okay. So if you do not have doubts, do you have doubts? Okay, so we'll start now. Okay, so now our today class topic is chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium. Topic is chemical equilibrium. Okay. Once after writing topic, what we do? We have to understand first thing. Chemical we know. Chemical means any substance. Which are substance? Water, H2S, Cl2, PCl3, all are chemicals, right? But what is the next word? Not substance. Equilibrium. Equilibrium. Now, before we go to an equilibrium, I'm going to write an equation. Okay. The equation goes like this. PCl5 gas gives rise to PCl3 gas. Whether the compound with oxygen, what happened this? Not working. The compound with oxygen in it has oxide or superoxide or peroxide. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so in that case, how to know whether the compound with has oxide or peroxide? in this question, what we'll do, we'll try to find out. First, if you want to find out H2O is given or K2O, we don't know. First, we try to take oxygen with -2. Once I take with -2, I'll try to find out the other oxidation number. If it is matches correctly, then it is an oxide. If it doesn't matches correctly, the other one, then I try taking -1 for oxygen. Then it will become a peroxide. It has to match. The other value has to match. We try hitting return trial method for oxide, peroxide, superoxide. We try to take oxygen first -2. We always take -2 for oxygen. If it doesn't match the other value of oxidation number, then we take -. Okay, so we were having little bit problem. Now we are we'll start back again. Okay, so up to where we have discussed that I have taken a reaction. Which reaction I have taken? I have taken a PCl5 gives rise to PCl3 plus Cl2 gas, right? And once I have taken that reaction, I have written like this: PCl5 gives rise to PCl3 and Cl2, right? Yes. Okay, so now then I have taken an open container. Once I have taken an open container, all the products formed were gases, so they go outside. But then I have closed the lid. Once I have closed the lid, then it is not going outside. Then there is something is happening. Okay. Now it means I have PCl3, I have Cl2 gas also. Both are there only now. As both gases are there, then what happens? There is one more reaction can happen. Which reaction? PCl3 plus Cl2 combine together to form PCl5 gas. PCl5 gas. Okay. So now, once I have PCl5 gas, then now, but if you will find that this was your reactant. In first reaction, this was your product. But now this is your reactant, this is your product. But then you will find that this and these are same, this and these are same, happening in one container. Both reactions are possible. So instead of writing two reactions happening in the same sample, what I could write here is, as I started from PCl5, from PCl5 gives rise to both sided arrow. PCl3 plus Cl2, both sided arrow. This arrow is known as reversible reaction. This arrow is known as reversible reaction. And all those reversible reaction which occurs, are in chemical equilibrium. This is in gas, this is also gas, this is also gas. But the condition is they should happen in closed container. One more condition, they should happen in closed container. Understand? They should happen in closed container only. If you have opened it, then some of the product gas will go outside. Understand? Then the problem will happen. And next thing is what? Next thing is, let's say I got this. Okay, I have reversible reaction. It means both sided reaction is happening. But what do you mean by equilibrium? Equilibrium means if you would have taken one mole here, okay? If you would have taken one mole here. So after the reaction gets over, when the reaction will get over, when this is completely zero, right? When it is completely zero, initially it is 0, 0. But then when it is 0, this will be 1 and 1. Correct? Then what happens is, this is when the reaction gets completed. But then what happens? This is also 1, then this is also 1. Then it goes back initially 0, but 0, 0, 1. Understand? It means all the reactant is converting product, but now in this case of PCl5, what happens if you have taken 1 initially 0, 0, then it won't become 0. It will be some value, any value, such as it could be 0.2 and this could be 0.8. 0.8. It means equilibrium is established when you have all of them. In spite of having a reactant, reaction doesn't get over. That is called chemical equilibrium. In spite of having the reactant, here the reaction got stopped because there was no reactant. Here reaction gets stopped. Here reaction gets stopped in spite of having reactant. Because when this changes into product, when 0.2 mole is going to change out of 0.2, 0.1, 0.01 mole is going to change to form product, the same number of moles will form back reactant. It's because it is both sided. This is one side, this is another side. Because of this nature, I can have this one, I can have this magic. I am having a reactant, but that reactant is not able to completely convert and form product. This is a point where a chemical equilibrium comes into picture. Okay. So basically they won't ask you which reaction they have chemical equilibrium. What they will ask you, they will give you this moles. They will ask you how much is left out, how much is left out. So now we are going to go in a calculation of chemical equilibrium. How do we solve problems based on chemical equilibrium? Okay, once you copy this. Okay. One more thing is, please like this CP Mysuru page. So if you like this page, what will happen? Each time whenever we go live, you will get a notification. Okay, if you do not like this page, then the problem is that it will go live, but you will not know it. Right? So every time, let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes break is there, then we don't know what is the time when we go live. So what you do, you please like this page so that whenever we go live, you will be receiving a notification that yes, CP Mysuru is now live. Okay. So now, so after this, now what we do is we write a reaction. Okay. So let's say the reaction that PCl5 both sided arrow gives rise to PCl3 and Cl2 gas. Now what happens is we have to write one law of mass action is there. What that law says that, or the rate of reaction is directly proportional to active mass of its product. Okay. So what we write is we write like this. As there are two reactions, this is known as RF, rate of forward reaction. This is known as RB. So what we write, RF equals to Kf active mass of PCl5 power 1. Okay. This is active mass, which is denoted by concentration term, and the power is there is stoichiometry. So how do I write RB? RB we write Kb. The backward reaction is this, from here it is going, so we write their product of active mass of the reactant. So PCl3 power 1, Cl2 power 1. Okay? These are the power. Then what happens is this. At equilibrium, this is the important point. At equilibrium, RF equals to RB. RF equals to RB. If RF equals to RB, so I can take that and I can write it here. Kf equals to PCl5 equals to Kb, PCl3 and Cl2. Now this is constant, this is constant. Kf is known as forward rate constant, Kb is known as backward rate constant. So I can separate constant on one side. So I can write Kf by Kb equals to PCl3 Cl2 divided by PCl5 active mass. This whole Kf by Kb is also known as Kc. Now the Kc is known as equilibrium constant. So now you understand equilibrium constant, how much importance it is. It's a formula of equilibrium constant. Kc can also be calculated by ratio of Kf and Kb. What is Kf? Kf is forward rate constant, Kb is backward rate constant. Is also can be calculated by this expression. In KCT examination, directly they will ask they will write a reaction, they will ask what is Kc expression. This is known as Kc expression. So now there are some points. If they ask, so there are some points. What are the points? Solid and liquid has active mass as capital 1. It means solid and liquid has active mass 1. It means if it's there somewhere, someone solid is there, its active mass is 1. It means you won't write that substance because its value is always 1. Whereas in these gases, the value is not 1. Understood now? So solid and liquid has active mass as 1. This is Kc. The C stands for concentration. This C stands for concentration. I can also write one more expression, not in C, but in pressure, which is denoted by Kp. Kp is equilibrium constant in pressure term. So how do I write? There is a concentration. You convert this concentration in pressure. So if you convert it to pressure, what will I write? P of PCl3, P of Cl2 divided by P of PCl5. This is Kp expression. This is Kp expression. Once I write for Kp expression, then what happens is I can have a relation also between them. What is the relation? Kp equals to Kc RT power delta Ng. This is the relation between them. If you know the value of Kp and Kc, you can relate them. Kp equals to Kc RT power delta Ng. Now what is R? R is gas constant 0.08. I'll tell the values later on. Okay, R value is this 0.0821 atm dot liter per mole per Kelvin, or R could be 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. These are the value of R. T is temperature. Delta Ng. Delta Ng is an expression of number of gaseous moles of product minus number of gaseous moles of reactant. Delta Ng is number of gaseous moles of product minus number of moles of gaseous moles of reactant. Gaseous, I am using word called gaseous only. So when you want to find delta Ng in this reaction, how much delta Ng in this reaction? So number of gaseous moles of product, this is also gas. Here all three are gas. So delta Ng means number of gaseous moles of product. 1 plus 1, 2 minus reactant mole, gaseous mole, 1. So we get delta Ng equals to here 1. So delta Ng power becomes 1. R I have given, T they will give, Kc or Kp they will give one of the values, so you can find the other value. These two are equilibrium constant expression. Okay. So now let's check. Okay. Now I'm going to write an expression. Okay, so now I'm going to write an expression. I'm going to write a reaction. On that reaction, you have to write a constant expression. Okay, so reaction goes like this. Okay, 2NH3 gas gives rise to both sided arrow, and 2 gas plus 3H2 gas. Question: write Kc and Kp. Solve this question now. Once you solve this question, please write your answer in comment box. Write fast. Are you able to solve it or not? Write the answer. Are you able to get KC or KP? KC equals to N2H2 cube NH3 square is correct. N2H2 cube by NH3 square, correct. So Samia and Pawan has got the correct answer. What about the remaining people? Correct. Nitish also has got correct. Darshan also has got correct. Okay, so the KC will be written as KC equals to N2 bracket H2 power cube NH3 power square. Easy. KP can also be written like this. P of N2 dot P of H2 whole cube divided by P of NH3 whole square. Next question. Write KP and KC for CaCO3 solid, both side arrow CaO solid plus CO2 gas. Solve this question now. What is the answer for this one? Yes, most of the people has gotten it correctly. So if I write KC here, I want to write these two, but then this is solid. If it is a solid, so it won't come in expression term. So I will be able to write concentration of CO2. Then I will divide, but then it is also a solid, so that also will not come. This is KC expression. I can also write KP expression, P of CO2 gas. Understand? So this is very important. Listen very carefully. In exam, what happens? They will give you KP. They will give you KP. It means KP equals to pressure of CO2 gas. And how many gases are there? Only one gases are there. P of CO2. So their pressure, or you know, because both are equal, so you know P. They will give you V. They will give you volume. They will also give you temperature. What you can find out from this equation? You can find out PV equals to nRT. You can find out number of moles. You can find out N. N is number of moles of carbon dioxide. If N is this N has come from here only. So that much calcium carbonate is dissociated. That much calcium carbonate is dissociated. So I can also know how much calcium carbonate it is dissociated in order to form carbon dioxide. That's how we solve this question. Okay. Now we come back again and we are going to solve some problems. Okay, so how many people have solved this question? Did you try it? Did you get any answer? So do it on June. We'll try it. First you see here. Here. Did you try this question now? Did anyone able to get any answer? What is the question? They are asking, find out the equilibrium concentration of all species when Kc equals to 4. Now it's not buffering. Pavan Mayur Venkatesh, it is not buffering now. Is it okay now? Okay, let it the video run like that only. First you solve this question. Okay, are we getting any answer? Tell Guman, how do we solve this question? Are we able to get answer? You want me to solve or are you trying? Are you trying or you want me to solve? Tell me fast. Please do not concentrate on video much, concentrate on the problem now. You people all worried about the video only. What about this problem? Mabusira Begum, solve please. Beta, did you try or not? Did you try or not? Kp equals to 4. Kc is given. Yes, you can take Kc, Kp, both are same. Tried sir, but have doubts, please solve sir. Okay, so let's solve now. So what I get 2HI gives rise to H2 and I2. Okay. I will add a reaction. This is a reaction, so I will make sure it is balanced. It's a reaction, so this is balanced only reaction. Okay. So now, then what happens is this. They are taking initially 1 mole. So I will take 1 mole 0 0. Whenever you solve chemical equilibrium, there are 3 steps you will always follow. Listen very carefully. Whenever you want to solve chemical equilibrium problem, you will follow 3 steps definitely. What are those 3 steps? 3 steps are initially, change, final. Initial, change, final. These are the 3 steps. Initial, change, final. Initial, change, final. Okay. Now initially is given 1 0 0. Then there is going to be some change. Do you know change? In this equation, reaction in the question, we don't know how much change it is. So what we say, we don't know the change, but the change will happen according to the stoichiometry of the reaction. What is the stoichiometry? 2 is to 1 is to 1. So I write minus 2x. X is unknown, which I want to find out. Once you are able to find out the x, that's all. We have done the job. So x. So, but why am I writing minus? Minus is because it is reactant. Minus is because it is reactant. 2y because there is a stoichiometry 2. So how much I should write here? Tell me. What I should write here? Okay, so what should I write here? Tell me now. What should I write here? Tell me now. What should I write in the box? This box goes to a line of change moles. So how much change in moles of product of hydrogen gas? Yes. Power no 0x. Okay, only x. Yes, we'll write x. What about I2? That is also x. Right? Yes, all correct now. So what is final moles? Initial plus change. Initial plus change. So 1 minus 2x. 0 plus x is x. 0 plus x is x. This is moles. This is moles. But then concentration. Concentration equals to moles by volume. Because this is molarity. Concentration is always equals to what? Moles by volume, which is also denoted by molarity. So these are the moles. Now, I have to divide these moles by what? By volume. By volume. And do I know volume in the problem? You read the problem. Find out the equilibrium concentration of all species when Kc equals to 4 for all the following reaction of 2HI equals to H2 plus I2. When 1 mole of HI is taken initially. So volume is not given. If it is not given, we will randomly name it as V liters. That's how I know the volume. Now this is concentration of HI. This is concentration of H2. This is concentration of I2. Right? Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a Kc expression. What is Kc expression for this reaction? So for now you write Kc expression for this reaction. then I'll proceed. Okay? Now you write down Kc expression in the chat box. Write down fast. What is Kc expression? This is, Pawan has asked me a doubt, this should be always take 1, 0, 0. I have taken 1 because it is given in question 1. Whatever is given in the question, that we have to take here. This I have taken 0, 0 because it is not given in the problem. It depends on the question. If they start with 2 moles, I will write 2, 0, 0. If they start with 10, I write 10, 0, 0. Yes, the Kc expression is H2 concentration, I2 concentration by Hi square. Right? This expression I take it now. So Kc expression I write it here, which is H2 I2 divided by Hi whole square. Okay? So once I'm going to take values from here, right? H2 value is this. So I'm going to write x by v and then another x by v divided by Hi is this value 1 minus 2x by v whole square. And this Kc, this is equals to Kc, and now I have a value of Kc which is equals to 4. Right? So Kc equals to 4, I am going to write Kc 4 here. Then, is anything going to get cancelled? Tell me, is something getting cancelled? Yes, capital V will get cancelled. There are V square, there is a V square. Then what it will become? It will become x square by 1 minus 2x whole square equals to 4. Right? Yes, Surya has written correctly. Then there is one step. You can do long method. What is the long method? You open this. It's a square. A square plus B square minus 2AB. Multiply it here. Bring it to the same side. Add it. Solve with the quadratic equation. But I'm not going to do it because it's a lengthy method. I want to solve this question. It's the easiest step. What you do? You do as there is a square here, a square here. As. I'm saying as. Because there is a square in numerator and denominator, it could also be written like this. If you are able to write like this, then you can also take a square root. Because this is square. X square equals to 4, like this. So when you take a square root, it will become x equals to 1 minus 2x plus minus 2. Most of the time the answer will come with positive 2, but I will show you with both the side. Okay? When I take plus, x equals to 1 minus 2x equals to plus 2, then I can write x equals to 2 minus 4x. 4x comes here, it becomes 5x equals to 2, x equals to 2 by 5 or 0.4. So the answer of x equals to 0.4. I could try this with x by 1 minus x equals to minus 2. Then it will become x equals to minus 2 plus 2x, this will go here, that will come here. Right? So 2 equals to x or x equals to 2, which is not correct. Why? Because of this. If x is 2, 1 minus 2x is a negative value. 1 minus 2x is a negative value. 1 minus 2x is a negative value, which is not possible. So we'll take this answer. Now, but this is not what they were asking. They were not asking me this. They are asking equilibrium concentration. That is the value of x. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write 1 minus 2x. 1 minus 2x. X is 0.4. x is 0.4. X is 0.4, so 2x is 1 minus 0.8. This is x is 0.4, this is 0.4, so this we get 0.2 moles, this we get 0.4 moles, this we get 0.4 moles. Understand now? Understood question? Listen up again, okay? So first question is given, we'll try to write a reaction. Once I write a reaction, I always go with 3-step: initial, change, final. Write what is given from the question, then change according to change x, and then try to find final divided by volume if it is given in the problem. Then write Kc expression. Then once you write Kc expression, then you solve this value, you will get one unknown value. Once that unknown value you have calculated, put that value here and get the final answer. Understood? Once you copy, then I'll give you one more question, then we'll proceed. Okay? Copy fast. If you have copied, then can I erase? It's copied, right? Okay. Next question you only have to solve, so better you take care of the next question, okay? Find out the equilibrium concentration when 2 moles of ammonia is taken in 2 liter of container with taken in 2 liter of container with Kc equals to 9, with Kc equals to 9, follows following equilibrium. 2NO2 gas, both sided arrow gives rise to N2O4 gas. Okay. Question is, find out the equilibrium. Find out the equilibrium concentration of both species. Okay, that but still there will be no correct answer. Okay, beta. Solve this question now. If you take -2 also, the x value will be again, it will cross all the values. Copy. So Shyam, this side. Shyam. So x by 1 minus 2x equals to -2 if you do, then what happens is this. Visible? Okay, so x equals to minus 2 plus 4x. Okay, then what happens is this will go that side, this will come this side. So we'll get 2 equals to 3x. X will come as 2 by 3. Right? Yes. Now, and then this 2 by 3, if you multiply by 2, it will be greater than 1. That's why the answer. The same as the correct one only. Okay? So you solve this question now. After you take x equals 2 by 3, there also you will get the same value as this. This will cross. This will be greater than 1. Again the reactant will become negative. That's why we don't do it. Okay? Now understood? Again I will solve this question. Back to this question. Okay? Yes, Kc is 9. Yes, yes. Yes, Preetham, Kc is 9. Solve. Tell me what is the answer finally. Solve this. How many people are trying? Comment those people who are trying. .94 moles of N2O4. They are asking concentration. Okay, 2 people, 3 people. Okay. Try better, try. So we'll also try to solve it slowly. 2NO2 gives rise to N2O4. Right? This is a chemical reaction. So first I have to see whether it's a balance or not. So it is balanced. Right? Once it is balanced, the 3 steps. What are those 3 steps? Initial, change, final. What are the initial things? 2 moles, 0 moles, because product is not there. Then you will undergo some change. What is the change? X. But how much? For minus 2x, there it is x. Then finally 2 minus 2x and x. This divide by 2, that divide by 2. This is concentration. Then I am going to write Kc expression. Kc equals to 9 equals to what? N2O4 divided by NO2 square. Right? Once I do this, by 2 whole square. Right? Yes, so I'm going to solve this here now. Complete board. Okay. 9 equals to, okay. So I'm going to write again x by 2 minus 2x by 2 whole square. Right? Then what I can do is I can take 2 common from here. I can take 2 common, then it will become 9 equals to x by 2. 2 will come common, 1 minus x by 2 whole square. 2 gets cancelled. We get 9 equals to x by 2 bracket 1 minus x whole square. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this equation now. How do I solve? So I'm going to write 9 into 2, 18 into 1 minus x square equals to x. Able to understand till now? Okay, so now what I'm going to do? 18 plus 18x square minus 36x equals to x. Then 18x square minus 36 plus 37, it will become 37x equals plus 18 equals to 0. Right? Now there is a quadratic equation which we can solve. X equals to, so this is ax square. You can compare ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So x could be written as minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Understand? So x could be calculated as plus 37 plus minus under root of 37 square minus 4 into 18 into 18 divided by 2 into 18. Understood. So we can write x equals to 37 plus minus divided by 36. Okay. Then 37 square minus 4 into 18 into 18. For a rounding of calculation, what you can do is you can understand this is 20. Okay. 20 into 400. Right. 400 into 4. 1600. 1600. And this, if you write it as somewhere 40, so it will also become 1600. So this value comes somewhere as 1.23. Okay. Then we are going to add and subtract from this value. So one value will come when you add both the sides. When you add both the sides, then x would come as 1.12, and one more time x when you take minus. When you take minus, it will come somewhere as 0.93. Okay. Understand the point? Now what happens is, if you take this value, you will cross this. You will cross minus 2. It will be greater than this value. So you will not take this value. You can take this value. Okay. Once you take this value, you will put it here. Once you put it here, you will get the answer. X is 0.93. Alright? You will get the final answer. Understood now? Tell me now. If you have understood, please comment yes. You have understood this question? Okay. So now we'll solve one more question. Okay. Now this question will, so basically if there is a chemical equilibrium question like this, we'll be able to solve it. Okay. If it is in K, this is moles wise. We can also do in pressure wise also. This all will become P. Okay, but the next question I'm going to write, you have to see this question. Okay, try to solve this question now. Find out Kp for reaction. Find out Kp for reaction. 2NH3 gives rise to N2 plus 3H2. Kp for reaction with Kc equals to 4 at 27 degrees Celsius. Yes, solve this question. How many people can solve this question? Are you people trying or not? Pritam, how do we get 8 answer? What is the formula? How do I solve Kp from Kc? Okay, so I already told you one formula. Kp equals to Kc RT power delta Ng. Right? So first Kp I want to find. Kc is given. Yes. What are R and T? R already I gave you 2 values, but we should take care of T. So how do I solve like this? Kp I want to find. Kc is 4. Okay. This generally will be in molarity. This generally will be in molarity, moles per liter. Okay. So R 0.0821 into temperature. Temperature must be in Kelvin. So 27 plus 273. It will become 300 Kelvin. Into power delta Ng. Power delta Ng. Delta Ng you have to calculate. Delta Ng equals to what? 1 plus 3 minus 2. Right? 4 minus 2, 2. So power becomes 2. Okay. So 4 into 0. This 300 you can remove, so it will become 8.21 into 3 square. Okay. Okay, so 4 into 8 3 is a 24.6 square. This could be 25 nearby answer. 4 into 25 square. 4 into 25 square. You could write like this: 4 into 25 into 25. So 25 into 4, 100 into 25. So it will become 2500. Now it has a unit. Okay. How do I write? If delta Ng is not equals to 0, if delta Ng is not equals to 0, Kp and Kc have unit. This is important. If delta Ng is not equal to 0, Kp and Kc will have unit. So you need to write what is the unit here. If this is a Kp expression, I can also write Kp expression here. If you write Kp expression, what it will become? Pressure of N2 dot pressure of H2 cube by pressure of NH3 square. Now these are the pressure unit. Pressure unit is ATM. So ATM 1 into 3, 4 minus 2. So ATM unit comes as square. Kp unit comes as ATM square. ATM square. That will be the unit of Kp. Understand? That's how we calculate Kp. Okay? Understood this also? His correct answer is 2426.5. That is also correct. This is also correct. Okay? Now, next thing is dependency of Kp and Kc. It means wherever Kp and Kc depends, what are the places where Kp and Kc will change? Okay, so first thing is how it will change. This will change like this. Okay, how do I change? You see, if I write reaction like this, 2NH3 gives rise to N2 plus 3H2. Okay, Kc was 4, right? If I write reaction in the same manner but different stoichiometry, such as like this, NH3, N2 half, 3 by 2 H2. Okay. Now this Kc is not equals to 4. First thing, because the reaction has been changed. If you change the reaction, the Kc value will change. But how do I find out what is the next Kc? Kc is not equal to 4. Then what is Kc equals to? Then how do I find out? You need to understand the trick. What is the trick? By what factor? Listen very carefully. By what factor I should multiply this reaction? By what factor I should multiply this reaction so that I get this reaction? Listen very carefully. By what factor I should multiply in this reaction so that I get this reaction? Can you tell me what is that factor? If you have understood the theory, tell me what factor I should write here so that multiplied, if I do here, I get this reaction. What is that factor? Tell me that value. No, Vimla, 2 is not the correct, because if you multiply by 2, it will become 4NH3. You don't want 4NH3. Yes. Hemal, this is not correct. Molya is correct. Siran is correct. Okay, correct. Now you understood. So the factor is known as 1 by 2. Factor is known as 1 by 2. If you divide by half, if you multiply by half to the whole reaction, I get this reaction. Correct? Till here understood all? Till here understood all, right? Now, once you find this factor, the Kc dash, the new Kc dash is equal to the old Kc power that factor. Listen again. The new Kc of this reaction, Kc dash, is equal to Kc, the previous Kc, but whatever factor you have calculated, that power goes there. So Kc dash equals to 4 power 1 by 2, which is equals to under root of 4, which is equals to 2. So Kc dash equals to 2. Understood? That's how we relate this. Now tell me this value. N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. What is the Kc double dash? If you understood, tell me the Kc dash from this reaction. No, Nitesh, you have to keep Kc value also. Yes, correct. But you have to keep the values. Okay, so you want to get this reaction. To get this reaction, you have to do something here. Now, if you do something, what is it? N2H2 there, which is coming here. So, in this question, I am changing the direction. So, to change the direction, I am going to multiply by -1 because 2 and x3 is same. I am not changing with the stoichiometry. I am only simply changing the direction. So, -1 I will do. Whatever I know, now I know the factor. Once I know the factor, the final Kc dash is equals to Kc power that value. Kc power that value. Once I write Kc power that value, then what will become? Kc double dash equals to 1 by Kc or 1 by 4. This is your answer. Understood now? Or 0.25 or 0.25. Understood? Okay, so I'm going to write one question. You have to tell me the answer. This is one reaction is given to you. Once the reaction is given to you, and you have to find out the Kc. Find Kc dash for 2H2 plus 2I2 both sided arrow 4HL. Solve that question fast. Yes, the correct answer is 1 by 16. Good job. Only 2 people out of 47. What remaining people are doing? Huh? Remaining people should also solve. If you are simply watching video, what will you do after watching these videos? You have also has to solve better. And you're in speed, try to increase your speed also. Okay? So now, I want to multiply this reaction by a factor which can be to get the same reaction. So you will find the product has been changed the direction. So one thing is sure, I have to multiply by minus also. Then what else? Multiplication of 2 also. It means I have to multiply by -2. So Kc dash equals to Kc power -2. That's easy it is. That's how easy it is, right? So Kc dash equals to 4 power -2. So Kc dash equals to 4 square denominator, which is equals to Kc dash equals to 1 by 16. We can divide, we can solve it also. Okay? Done. Done. Now we come to this side of the board. And now here, this Kc is changing. You see Kc is changing. How? As I'm changing the way reaction is written. The reaction is written. But Kc, this is first way Kc changes. Okay. Then next point is Kc only changes when temperature changes. This is a very, very important point. Kc only changes when temperature changes. If you do not change anything other than temperature, Kc will never change. It means Kc does not change on, this is important, on this only question will come, on changing concentration. If you change concentration, Kc is not going to change. Okay, Kc is not going to change. Kc is not going to change on changing the concentration, right? Now after this I have so many things which I am going to dictate after this. Okay, so here goes now. So Kc does not change on changing concentration. Second, pressure. If you change pressure also, Kc does not change. Third, catalyst. Fourth, volume. Fifth, addition of inert gas. These all, if you change, Kc will not change. Then what, on changing this, something will change or not? Yes. What are the things which will change on this? Those things are position of equilibrium state will change. Understand this point? Kc will change only when temperature changes, or the way you write reaction. Okay. Or Kc will change only when change in temperature takes place. Kc will not change. Kc does not change on changing concentration, pressure, catalyst, volume, addition of inert gas. So they are not going to change Kc. Then what they will change? They will change position of equilibrium state. Equilibrium state will only change. Now, if the equilibrium state will change, then there is a next point. Then when the equilibrium will come up again? If the equilibrium state only has been changed, then how it is an equilibrium? So now once you change one of the condition, then equilibrium will achieved again. The equilibrium has to be achieved again. The equilibrium has to be achieved again. Okay, the equilibrium has to be achieved again. For that, there is another concept which is known as Le Chatelier principle. Le Chatelier principle. Now I got Le Chatelier principle. This will talk about how on changing pressure, temperature, volume, condition, how the condition equilibrium state has been achieved. So now I'm going to give you direct tricks. Okay, you follow these tricks, you will get a direct answer where the equilibrium will go. Okay, what is this Le Chatelier principle? It talks about the direction of a equilibrium position. Just now what change you have done? What this is? This equilibrium reactions or reversible reaction is a property. Because of this property, that whenever you want to do a change, the equilibrium will inhale that change, equilibrium will inbuild that change, and then it will try to go in a direction which minimize the change. That's how the Le Chatelier principle works. But we are not going to go in much in theory. We are going to do how do I solve the problem based on this factor. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so first is concentration. Okay, first point. On increasing concentration, concentration of reactant, reaction goes forward. On increasing concentration of reactant, reaction goes forward. Now I'm going to use some sign. Forward direction I'm going to dictate like this. Okay, this will be a sign of forward. Every time I'm not going to write forward. And on increasing I'm going to write upside arrow. Clear? This is called increasing. This is called forward direction. And I'm also going to memorize all of them in forward direction only. I'm going to memorize all of them in forward direction only. Okay. So on increasing concentration of reactant, except solid and liquid. This is important because they doesn't come in equilibrium expression. On increasing concentration of reactant, reaction goes forward. Second, on increasing concentration, not increasing, on decreasing concentration of product except solid and liquid, reaction goes forward. You understand? I'm going to memorize all the things in forward direction only. So I don't need to memorize this. I only memorize this. If you increase concentration, reaction goes forward. If you decrease concentration of product, reaction goes forward. This is for concentration. Okay. Third, on changing or on increasing pressure. On increasing pressure, reaction goes in lesser number of moles direction. Reaction goes in lesser number of moles direction. For example, N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. If you increase pressure, on increasing pressure, theory is on increasing pressure, reaction goes in direction which has lesser number of moles. So you need to count the moles. This is one direction, this is another direction. This direction you get 2 moles, this direction you get 4 moles. Which is lesser? Tell me, which is lesser? 2 is lesser than 4. So reaction on increasing pressure, reaction goes forward direction. You need to find lesser moles. It could be reverse also. If I write reverse reaction, then it will go backward, right. Yes. Your next one. Whichever I am writing for increasing, if you change this sign here, if you write decreasing, then this sign will also change. Okay. This is about pressure. Then volume. Volume is on decreasing volume. On decreasing volume, reaction goes in lesser number of moles direction. This statement is same as that because Boyle's law, you know, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume. This is 4th point. Okay. Now I'm going to write on this side of the board and zoom it to full board. Okay. So this is 4th point. Then we have 5th point. 5th point talks about temperature. Now temperature depends on the reaction also. So for endothermic reaction, what is endothermic reaction? Whose delta H is positive. For endothermic reaction, on increasing temperature, reaction goes forward. Reaction goes forward. Reaction goes forward. Now it is clear? Okay. Next. This is 6th point. For thermic reaction. What is exothermic reaction? Delta H is negative. Delta H is negative. Then on decreasing temperature, reaction goes forward. On decreasing temperature, reaction goes forward. Then after 6th we have 7. What are done? Concentration, pressure, volume, temperature. Now we will talk about catalyst. Catalyst. Now the catalyst does what? Catalyst. There are two types of catalyst. Positive catalyst. Positive catalyst decreases time achieved or time required. Decreases time required to reach equilibrium state. Positive catalyst decreases the time required to reach equilibrium state, whereas negative catalyst increases time required to reach equilibrium state. This is 7th. Then we have what? 8th. And 8th is important, which is the last one for today class. What is this? This is called addition of inert gas. Now, addition of inert gas also occurs at two different places. One is called at constant volume. Then reaction stays in equilibrium state only. It means reaction do not change or no change or no change in equilibrium at constant volume. But second is at constant pressure. If you add inert gas at constant pressure, then reaction goes in a direction which has more number of moles. Which has more number of moles. Okay. Now some zoom full board. Okay, so now I'll revise you whole. Okay, this Lee-Chatterjee principle is highly important, and these are the bullet points. You will read any book, you won't get this much clarity, you won't get this much easier to understand also. So I suggest you copy all of it. Okay, and how do I copy? You see, on increasing, listen very carefully, on increasing concentration of reactant, reaction goes forward. Reaction goes forward except solid and liquid. On decreasing concentration of product except solid and liquid, reaction goes forward. On increasing pressure, reaction goes in a direction which has lesser number of moles. Such as an example I have given. On decreasing volume, you have to memorize this. All is for forward direction only. So I have to memorize on decreasing volume, on increasing pressure, on decreasing concentration of product, on increasing concentration of reactant, on decreasing volume, reaction goes in a lesser number of moles direction. Then I go to for endothermic reaction. For endothermic reaction, delta H is positive. If the delta H is positive, reaction goes in forward direction if you increase the temperature. Easy trick to understand this also. Endothermic require energy. Endothermic require energy. And if they require energy, you heat it. Exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, delta H is negative. As the delta H is negative means they are giving energy. So you take out energy. So on decreasing temperature, reaction goes forward direction. Catalyst. Positive catalyst decreases the time required to reach the equilibrium state because positive catalyst increases the rate of reaction, whereas negative catalyst increases time required to reach the equilibrium state. And then addition of inert gas at constant volume, reaction stays in equilibrium state. There is no change at all. And the last one, at constant pressure, reaction goes in direction which has more number of moles. Clear? So you memorize all. Okay. And the homework again. Now we'll talk about the homework. Homework is this module 1. Module 1. KCT needs a module. Okay. And whoever is not having module, they will get a scanned copy of the exercise. Okay. And in the exercise there are 49 problems. You try to solve all 49 problems. Tomorrow class will discuss all 49 problems, and you make a proper notebook and you solve them. Is because whichever doubts you get, you leave some blank space that, sir, this is the space where I have to solve this question doubt I've got out. So when I solve on the board, next class you can copy from the board in the place provided there, so that it will be proper complete solution of this module. Understood? So you have to solve those 49 problems, and we'll meet again in the next class on Monday. Right? Thank you very much. Thank you all. Okay.